Battle of the Network shows. Join Rick Brooks and Mike Kogel as they explore the TV of the 70s and 80s through hand-picked episodes of their favorite and not-so-favorite series.
Episode. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rick. Hello, everyone.
And today we're going to be doing something Rick doesn't know about.
Ooh.
Inspired a little bit by Rhoda.
Okay.
And of course, one of the stars of Rhoda was Nancy Walker.
Yes.
And one of her most famous roles was the Bounty paper towel lady.
Yes, it was.
Who I've seen referred to as a waitress at a diner, but I mean, that was on for like 20 years. So
yeah.
She was like barging into people's houses and stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I think she showed up at all kinds of settings.
Yes. Because, I mean, her diner would already have the Bounty, so why would?
Yeah. She wouldn't need to proselytize so much at her own diner.
Right. And another advertising figure from that time, also played by an actress with a very career, was Madge the Palmolive lady.
Ooh.
Played by Jan Miner.
Oh, okay.
So, this is a game called Bounty or Palmolive.
Oh, boy.
And I have looked up some trivia on each of them, and you get to guess, is it Nancy Walker or is it Jan Miner?
Now, if I tend to use store brand products, am I going to be at a disadvantage here?
Yeah, there's nothing really involved in products.
Okay. All right.
I do use Bounty these days. It does pick up quick.
See, that's good. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Jan Miner or Nancy Walker?
That's right. Okay. Played Della Street on the radio version of Perry Mason.
That's very interesting. That's got to be Jan Miner.
Correct.
Wow. I did not know that. Wow, that's
she was one of 3 actresses, by the way, played Della Street.
Oh, okay. 3
consecutive actors. I don't know why Wikipedia said that.
That's an odd, yeah.
Unless it's like the daughter of Roseanne.
Yeah.
They keep coming back. Acted in 2 plays opposite Phil Silvers.
Acted in 2 plays opposite Phil Silvers. Oh, boy. I'm going to say Nancy Walker.
That is also correct. And they were Do Re Mi on Broadway.
Okay.
And a revival of Funny Thing happened on the way to the Forum, but she had to leave before it made it to Broadway.
Oh. Because
of her TV commitments.
Oh.
It was in 1970 when she was on 2 TV shows.
Yeah.
Right? She was on Family Affair and Macmillan and Wife.
Wow. Okay. Funny Thing happened on the way to the Forum. Yeah. She could have been in a... Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Another Broadway question. Made her Broadway debut in Viva Madison Avenue.
I'm not familiar with that play. I'm going to guess... Nancy Walker.
Jan Miner.
Oh, all right.
Played the mother of Paul Sand on Paul Sand in Friends and Lovers.
Oh, Jan Miner.
Yeah.
That's a show I'm curious about.
I am curious about it.
I've seen maybe just a little bit of that, but that was kind of a process of elimination thing where I wasn't sure that it was Jan Miner, but I figured it wasn't Nancy Walker.
Mm-hmm. And come back to that one. Was close friends with Montgomery Clift.
Ooh, really? I'll go Jan Miner.
Nancy Walker.
Really?
Yeah, and in fact, this is Wikipedia, but became friends with him after his accident.
Huh, interesting.
And was friends with him the rest of his life.
Wow. So Nancy Walker, Elizabeth Taylor, Montgomery Clift.
Yeah.
They've been all pals.
Yeah.
Huh, cool.
I come back to that one too, because they're interesting. Appeared in a Broadway version of Othello starring Moses Gunn.
Ooh, Jan Miner.
Yes. Directed Can't Stop the Music.
Nancy Walker.
Yes. I didn't know that, but it's a pretty fascinating piece of trivia. Which is the Village People movie.
Yes.
Also starring Bruce Jenner,
yes.
The Goot, Steve Guttenberg, Valerie Perrine, and Paul Sand.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm sure there's a story behind that. I don't know what it is. How?
Yeah. I mean, she had directed TV.
Actually, we watched something about. Was it the Alan Carr documentary? I don't think.
Oh yeah.
It was entirely pleasant experience. I think Nancy Walker could be single-minded.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she had a singular vision for how to present the Village People's life story on screen.
Sure. Worked with The Mixture and Judy Garland in the 1943 version of Girl Crazy.
That's got to be Jan Miner.
Nancy Walker.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I might have given you a check. Are you keeping track? I've lost track.
I've gotten all of them right so far.
No, that's not true.
I missed at least
Montgomery Clift, you missed that one.
Yes.
Yes. I think there was another one.
I think I missed 3 probably.
Yeah. And then the last one, which is then going to lead me to a Wikipedia link. Oh, no, not the last one. There are 2 more.
Okay.
Appeared in a stage revival of The Women.
I would love to see Nancy Walker in this, so I'm going to say Nancy Walker.
Jan Miner.
Oh.
And played Mrs. Fromberg in One Ton Ton, the dog who saved Hollywood.
Ah, now that's not fair because everybody was in that movie. Nancy Walker.
Yes.
Okay. Whew.
And
I want to finish up strong.
I'm going to look up this page because I started looking at it last night. I had never heard of that movie. So it's like a Rin Tin Tin riff, right?
Yeah.
From 1976, director Michael Winner, starring Bruce Dern, Madeline Kahn, Terry Garr, and Art Carney, and a dog. And then it has this larger cameo. It has it broken down. Larger cameos. These players may have a few scenes or are prominently featured in a short segment with lines. Dorothy Lamour, Joan Blondell, Rhonda Fleming, Dennis Morgan, Ethel Merman, Virginia Mayo, Annie Youngman, Rory Calhoun, Billy Barty, Andy Devine, Broderick Crawford, Key Luke, Walter Pidgeon, Alda Ray, Nancy Walker, Dean Stockwell, Dick Hames, Tab Hunter, Robert Alda, Harry Ritz, and Jimmy Ritz as cleaning women.
Was Al Ritz, was he still alive at the time?
I guess not.
Not make it.
Victor Mature, Edgar Bergen, Carmel Myers, I don't know who that is, but Henry Wilcoxon, Alice Faye, Yvonne DiCarlo.
Wow.
Brief cameo appearances.
Oh my gosh.
These players have brief appearances but may have lines of dialogue. Shecky Green, William Demarest, Ricardo Montalban, Jackie Coogan, Gloria DeHaven, Louis Nye, Ken Murray, Rudy Valley, George Jessel, Eli Mintz, Fritz Feld, Edward Ashley, Jane Connell, Dennis Day, Mike Mazurki, Jesse White, Jack Carter, Army Orchard.
Wait a minute, Eli Mintz, I think, was from the Goldbergs.
Hunts Hall.
Oh, of course.
Doodles Weaver.
Oh, yes.
As man in Mexican film. Pedro Gonzalez as Mexican projectionist. Maury Amsterdam, Eddie Foy Jr., Peter Lawford, Patricia Morrison, Regis Toomey.
Wow.
Ann Rutherford, Milton Berle, John Carradine, Phil Leeds, Cliff Norton, Sterling Holloway. Brief cameo players. These players are seen but have no lines of dialogue. William Benedict, Dorothy Gulliver, Richard Arlen, Jack LaRue, Johnny Weissmuller, Stephen Fetchett, Ann Miller, Janet Blair, Barbara Nichols, Fernando Lamas, Jaja Gabor, Sid Charisse, Guy Madison, Eddie Levesque.
Eddie Levesque, Carla's husband on Cheers?
Yes. That's right. Film opened to negative reviews when it opened in the late spring of 1976. It's a Rotten Tomato score of 14%.
But then later gained a critical reevaluation and is now widely regarded as one of the best movies of all time.
Richard Eder of the New York Times wrote, "What saves the movie, a jumble of good jokes and bad sloppiness, chaos, and apparently any old thing that came to hand, is Madeline Kahn. What she has, W.C. Fields and Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin had, is a kind of unwavering purpose at right angles to reality. A concentration that she bears Magoo-like through all kinds of unreasonable events, as in mystery."
Yeah.
Which guy of Variety says the project might have worked to a degree of whimsy, but the alchemy in the direction has turned potential cotton candy into reinforced concrete. Winner's Death Wish is funnier in comparison.
Whoa.
Ouch. 60 is LA Times. 60 guest stars can't save this movie from its unrelentingly crass tone and steady stream of unfunny jokes. Unquestionably, the best performance is given by an appealing German shepherd named Augustus von Schumacher.
Augustus von Schumacher.
Yes.
Was Heinrich of Midvale up for this part?
I assume so. It's the right time. Yeah, Siskel didn't like it either. I don't think anybody liked it. Somebody else. Art Carney as a producer and Ron Liebman as a Valentino-esque actor is extravagantly bad, as if grimaces and gesticulations would conceal the script's inadequacies.
Well, good.
Wantantan is played by a dog named Augustus von Schumacher. Pets should be protected from their owner's muses. He's quite appealing, and who, when he covers his ears as some dynamite is about to explode, chalks up the movie's only laugh. If only it weren't for all those people.
Ooh.
On and on it goes.
And somewhere in all this,
Someone
Nancy
must
Walker
have liked it. Yes,
is in there.
Somewhere she appears.
In a brief cameo or a short cameo?
Both.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie.
Yeah, I think she was a short. No, she was in the first list.
She was
a large cameo.
A diminutive cameo.
Yes, a diminutive.
But a force of nature, nonetheless. I'm sure.
Of course.
I don't know if I've ever seen a movie divided like that. I don't even think it's a mad world.
No.
That kind of hierarchy of cameos. Well, that was quite a challenge, but I enjoyed that. It was a bit of a gauntlet, but I learned a lot.
I did too. I mean, I didn't know anything about Jan Miner, so.
And I didn't know the diversity of Nancy Walker's career before, What McMillan and Wife, or late 60s or whatever. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't. And Jan Miner with the Perry Mason connection.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I didn't know what I'd get into there, but I had this other idea because I had seen the Rhoda episode with Norman Fell and John Ritter. We're trying to see if there was looking up Donna on to Norman Fell with other Three's Company cast members, and then doing a, which one were they? Because of course we mentioned John Ritter and Dan August too, but that was a little harder to do, and because that you have to go through every episode of Three's Company they're on to find out if they were on Love Boat together or just both on Love Boat at some point.
I see. Yeah.
So I gave up on that for now. But it's potentially, the fact that I've seen Norman Fell in 2 different things with John Ritter, is surprising. So who knows?
Yeah, that is interesting. So I got about what like 60%.
I think so. That. I think if my total was right,
that's a little bit better than 50%, which would be.
Yeah, I think you got 6. Yeah, 6.
Well, I feel no shame in that. I think that's respectable.
But you got one before I even finished asking the question.
The Village People one, yeah. Can't Stop the Music. That's the one I knew right away. Well, maybe some homework out there for, Watch Can't Stop the Music, Wonton Time.
The Girl Crazy?
Yeah, Girl Crazy. Sadly, many of the Broadway exploits of those 2 actresses are lost to time.
I'm curious, actually, the Girl Crazy, just because she was like 21. Very curious will she be easily recognizable?
So I'll have to look at her resume. I must have seen her in some things without knowing it was her.
Probably, yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
And she directed episodes of Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda.
Well, quite a career.
Yes. So that's that game.
It certainly is.
Yes. Next time, never mind. I forgot the person's name already. Who's the Private Benjamin?
Oh, Eileen Brennan?
Yeah, Nancy Walker or Eileen Brennan. They both have red hair.
Yeah, who's the one I get mixed up? Eileen Brennan and not Eileen Eckhart. No, there's somebody else. Eileen Brennan and somebody else that I sometimes get confused. Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah, okay.
Eileen Brennan or Ellen Burstyn. For our movie podcast.
Yeah. Ellen Burstyn or Ellen Barkin.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for playing.
Well, thank you.
I think you did well considering that you didn't know what was happening.
I appreciate that. Yes, I was totally unprepared, but that's the best way to go into something sometimes.
Yes, and hopefully someday we will talk about Paul Sand in Friends in Love.
I would certainly consider it.
Yeah.
Join us next time for another exciting episode of Battle of the Network Shows. Learn more, leave feedback, and suggest future episodes at battleofthenetworkshows.com. Follow us on Twitter at BatNetShows and like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Battle of the Network Shows.